If you're talking sports, it's the matchup. Mickey here with Zizzy, are we cutting it up? Just a couple athletic enthusiasts. You know what it is, the Mickey Zizzy podcast. Back again, loaded up like we on some trend, baby. Like I'm back. Talk to me nice. Welcome back to Mickey Zizzy podcast. You know, it's season 4, episode 15, and we are, of course, brought to you by Pinnacle Supplementation. Make sure you reach your pinnacle. Check out pinnaclesup.com for all of your fitness and wellness needs, your supplements, your merch. You know what it is, man. You got to use that Mickey Zizzy code for the discount. And also check out our man G for 3 on YouTube. You know, I mean, this is the guy, right? The pickup court globetrotter, secret sauce shooter, smucker smack talker, OBL extraordinaire. Grant Anderson, his YouTube channel's popping, the social media is blowing up every single day. New tournaments, new spots, new challenges, and new content. The man is expanding his horizons. It's really, really cool to see him grow, just like we are trying to do here on the podcast. So, what is up, my man? Mickey Hines in the building, as always.
First things first, ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time of the year. Wow, what a terrible intro.
No,
I just want to show everyone the great trophy from a year ago, the NFL Pick'ems champion, y'all. It's going down right now. Start setting it. It's completely free. You have a chance to win this perfectly designed trophy that can end up in your house one day. Join the Pick'ems. All it is, you choose each week. I do it all. I send out all the matchups. You just send me the results. Super fun. One of the most fun ones, in my opinion. Not just because I won it, but I love picking.
That's the best one out of all of them.
It's super fun.
I love that.
Come out, join it. We're gonna start off the episode just like that, by go join the NFL Pick'ems. It's not that hard. All you have to do is say, "Yes, I'm in." Boom, you're in. Look how easy.
And we got you. We got you. We'll even send out the reminders.
I always do every Wednesday, Thursday night, so on. But let's get to our Mark Mason person of the week. Who you got?
For the Mark Mason person of the week, we have a first timer.
I think I have a first timer too. I think
it's been a little bit.
We need a statistician to tell us who has the most. We need a fan to be like, "Yo, this is a first timer."
I know Footy's up there. I feel like we can't count each other, right? But not. Peyton Greenfield. She is a first timer here on the podcast. She is actually great friends with my buddy Harper, and ended up meeting her through him. But it was basically like she invited him to go what is called the Bubble Bash this weekend, which is, I'm not gonna lie, it is a SpongeBob SquarePants themed party, to the extreme, to the extreme. And she ended up inviting my buddy Harper. And then Harper didn't want to go by himself and with her and just all of her friends. He felt a little nervous about it. So he asked me, and of course I'm going to go because it's SpongeBob SquarePants. And yes, I'm going to go dressed as Mermaid Man. Why would I not? Because it's the best thing in the world. And I have never been so excited for something so simple and small. Look at me. I'm about to destroy the computer. But I have never been so excited for something so minuscule, and this is going to be so fun. So thank you, Peyton, for the invite. Let's go have some fun.
I mean, you personally look like a barnacle boy in my eyes, but hey, whatever floats your boat. Are you all going to be chanting out, "I'm a goofy goober"? That's what I imagine. Everyone's I
actually think Peyton is wearing the costume that SpongeBob wears at the end of the movie. Yeah. So we're going all out. Absolutely.
Well, who lives in a pineapple under the sea? Zachary Yankovic. All right, here we go. My Mark Mason person of the week is going to be a good friend of ours, Chris Chapman. Now, I don't know how official this is, but he's coming over to the Berg. We will be teaching in the same room. For a lot of people who don't know, we graduated high school together, graduated college together, and now we're going to be teaching in the same room at Williamsburg, teaching the same subjects. Super awesome. I know he hasn't made it too public, but you know what? We're ripping it off. It's about time. They're in their orientation stuff. I'm going through PD next week. It's about to go down. Super exciting. So welcome, and happy for you to be a Raider, Chris Chapman.
I'm only going to assume that means we're adding another coach to the ranks.
He is joining. Yeah, he's getting up there. gonna be helping us out. So
All right, that's actually awesome. Obviously, first that a bunch of people are hearing about this, including myself. So that's awesome, dude. I love it. I cannot wait for that. That I can't like. It's official, official.
oh yeah. His name's on the board.
All right, we're in there, baby. Let's go.
We are in there. Now, the really, really exciting thing about this episode, Mr. Yankovic, is that we are going to do. Oh, it was a great hit with our man. Oh my goodness, Jacob last week,
Jacob
right?
Watkins.
Last week that was awesome. He came on. He definitely knew his stuff. That's something we've been trying to do. Yank is bring on these people, right? Bring on these people that want to support their team, and we're gonna do that again. Sorry, everyone. I am getting that up as soon as possible. We're gonna see if he joins here. I'm on the sticks today.
Started to realize, like they can always tell when we're messing around doing stuff. It's like we got drifty eyes and wandering.
The eyes are like, dude.
Wondering, yeah. Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
So, he gonna get in here in a little bit. I don't know if you want to do the intro this week or if you want.
Oh no, I'll do the intro right when I see him. But y'all, we're gonna do, as you already saw the title, the NFC South preview. We're trying to preview all these footballers. Football on again tonight. The preseason is rolling. Super exciting. But we're gonna break down who we think's gonna win it, who we think's gonna ball. So yeah, like I said, if you ever want to come on and talk about a team and about a division we have not talked about yet, please do so. I know some people are biting at the bit about the NFC North. That's gonna be a crazy one. I already know. But we gotta cover the NFC South, as in my eyes, it could be up in the air. But we're going to see if he joins. Maybe I should have said it during Mark Mason. You did a great job at it last week. So anyone who didn't know, last week he did send it out, and Yank was on it. He was on it.
Actually, hey, no, don't be shaking your head. I actually had to do that today too.
Oh, stop! Here we go. All right. Oh my soul! This is a terrible one. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring on Saints fan, our good friend Stephen Ruiz, former linebacker for the Cornell College Rams. He's going to be joining just right about now to talk about his squad, the NFC South, and there he is. Scuba Steve, welcome to the podcast.
Scuba, what's going on, my guy?
What's going on, guys? How you guys doing?
Better now that you're here, because we just talked for about 2 to 5 minutes about nothing. So we are ready to talk.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought I did a great time filling space. I was trying to give him bars about owning Bucks gear, and then I realized it was Tristan Wirfs stuff. So I had to shut up real quick.
Yeah, that's the only Bucks jersey this man owns.
That is a fact. All right. So how we're gonna do this, Steven, we're gonna kind of let you choose the way we go. We either can start at the top, what team you think is gonna win the NFC South, or we can start down there, which I think we're gonna have similar-ish bottom tier teams in the NFC South. So we're gonna let you take the reins and just roll with it. Let's talk some football.
All right. Let's start at the bottom, though. Let's save the best for last. Let's save the best for last.
A little cream of the crop action. Okay, I got a feeling I know where you're going to try and go with this, but just some bias, bro.
So yeah, just a little bit. But yeah, I'm sorry, Mickey, but that Bucks is not doing you justice right now, man. Yeah, I think the Bucks are going to be the bottom of the NFC South this year. Bottom. They got Baker Mayfield, and he's going against who? Trask, right? From UF, from Florida. Had a great college career, but I just don't see them putting the pieces together and making it happen. It's just they have a great defense, but it's it's the new style NFL. You got to score points to win games. So that's my personal opinion on the Bucks there.
Man, coming out throwing out bars. Well, I'm gonna have to chime right in, Mr. Yankovic, because I have the Bucks #1. I have the
Wait, you have winning your division?
#1.
Oh no, you're joking.
All right. Here's why it is. In that quarterback battle you just talked about with Kyle Trask, I love it. Even though on the depth chart it says they released their depth chart, Baker Mayfield or Kyle Trask for the QB1, which the best quarterback is going to come out from that. I love quarterback battles. This is Baker's last dance, if you call him Michael Jordan. This is his last chance to possibly come alive and do really well. All right. And the O-line's pretty good. It's led by my guy, Tristan Wirfs. I'm not just trying to be too biased. All right. But they also have, some other good guys. If you look at their center, Cody Mulch, he's the guy with like long hair, like the teeth that look super separated. He looks like an offensive lineman. He looks like a dog. He went into college as a tight end, right? I love him. Luke Getke from Central Michigan, second-year O-lineman. They have a lot of gritty, younger O-linemen who are trying to make a name for themselves. All right, and they also have Ryan Jensen, who is a great center. So Mulch is going to be the guard. Ryan Jensen, they have a bunch of dudes who can actually run up front, and they've been good at run up front. All right, a year ago with playoff Lenny, they could run the rock. So I agree with you that it is a passing league. Let's talk about the passing league. They got Mike Evans, who in my eyes is going to be one of the best fantasy wide receivers, right? He is a consistent 1,000-yard receiving wide receiver. Love that. Chris Godwin isn't arguably a #1 for that team. Okay, he also had 1,000 yards. 2 1,000-yard receivers. Granted, they had the GOAT last year, but it's not that hard. We can just throw it up to him. All right, Baker's been in the system. He's had a whole training camp. Come on now. All right.
So what happened with Tom Brady then? So why Tom Brady couldn't do that last year, but Baker's going to?
He did do that last year.
What was the record?
Got into the playoffs. I mean, but
got into the playoffs. Had the receivers. All right. Now the running back is always up. They have Rashad White, which I'm not too hyped up on. So I'm trying to go.
I actually don't mind him this year.
Some people don't mind him, but personally, for my running back background, I see his name and I'm just not getting too excited for it. They also have Chase Edmonds, which is when you see his name in fantasy, he had 1 or 2. Yeah, he's RB3 behind Keyshawn Vaughn. So they have a running back battle. To see who's going to be the guy. So they have a lot of interior battles that they're going to have to make sure the best player plays on Sundays. I love that as part of a franchise to go win games. Now, the defense, sorry, Steven, this is probably the most research one I've done. So you came in like that, I was like, nah, I'm shutting this down. This defense is older from when they went and won the Super Bowl a few years ago. All right, they pretty much have a lot of those same dudes back, but they're older. Their stats have kind of declined, but they're still going to be solid. All right. Vita Vea, 6.5 sacks, right? He's a big dominant force up front. He's going to be a run stopper, right? You like that? I do love the linebacker room. All right. They have Devin White, who had 7 sacks, 2.5 forced fumbles, 73 tackles. That's nice. David and Shaquille Barrett, inside while David dealt with injuries. But Barrett was an 80 tackle guy. Those are great numbers for your linebacker core. And Antonio Winfield Jr., I think he's a great quarterback. He gets burned sometimes, but what corner doesn't? I like him back there. And then 8 pass deflections, 2 interceptions, 40-plus tackles. Come on now. That was from Jamal Dean, who is the other corner. That's a lot of great stacks on the defensive end. It's just, can they put it all together and can they score points? Now, I'm not saying the beginning of the year, they might start 0-3 because they got a tough schedule starting out. All right, Minnesota, Chicago, Philly. Those are 3 tough games. Yeah, but they're going to have a huge bounce. I say 10-7, 9-8. 10-7 or 9-8 is going to win the NFC South. I'm saying that right now.
I agree with that.
There's my rant. Sorry, I can't.
I agree.
So you're saying the record of 10-7 is going to win the NFC South?
I actually do believe that. Yes. I actually do.
I don't think any of the teams in the NFC South are going to win more than that. I have to agree. Yes.
Okay.
I have to agree.
That standard, I think that. So, if you want to look at it us all in agreement right there about the record, would be the best argument that you have, Mickey. It's just the fact that this division might be just like last year, where it's super close and not a not so great record ends up going to the playoffs. So if you want to make that argument, okay, that's your push for the Bucks to be first. Outside of that, I don't really see it. I understand this team won a Super Bowl 2 years ago, right? They're good outside of the quarterback room. And I think Steven said everything that you had to say about it. This is a quarterback-driven league. It's a very the NFC isn't as strong as the AFC. I get that, but still, you got to be able to score points. And I mean, this is Baker Mayfield coming in, who's a veteran quarterback. They're talking about him competing with Kyle Trask, who's never started a game.
That's
That
fair.
doesn't give me a vote of confidence for them going into this season. Like, I love the idea of Trask time, even. Like, I like the college.
You're a Florida guy. Both of you are.
I love Trask, but it doesn't mean that I
Just-
think that he's a
Just
top
start
tier.
Trask. The best shot for the Bucks is to just start Trask. That's my personal opinion.
Really?
Throw the young
Yankees
quarterback in there. That man's got a cannon. Throw him in there and just let him throw the freaking ball.
Look, I mean, there is talent around him. I don't really. I mean, the running back room, they're going to be a running back by committee because I think Lenny's a little bit on the downhill. Just like I've heard, you hear the rumors of him not being in shape and stuff like that. But Chase Edmonds, Rashawn White, I like all them. Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, studs. I mean, Mike Evans is 7 straight 1,000-yard seasons or something like that. Like, you can't knock their talent. But again, you got to be able to get them the ball. Baker Mayfield's had great offenses around him before. Hasn't done anything. Kyle Trask, we don't know anything about him yet, but you can't say he's proven. If you look at the quarterback landscape in the NFL, both of them, regardless, are bottom tier as a starter in the league going into this season right now.
I would
So
say
that's just gonna hurt your chances from the start. I understand your talented defense remarks. Like, I really do believe that. Like, they have one of the best linebacker duos in the game. I mean, Devin White, Levante David. Come on. I mean, they're legitimate. But I don't even know if I trust Bowles as a coach. You know,
I think you still do. As his first year last year as head coach. Like, let the guy go. We'll be all right.
And in your first year, you completely gave away the game plan to the 45-year-old GOAT. I get it. He is the GOAT. But you're the head coach, man. Like, that's a shoddy coaching job, if you ask me, to just completely let a player control the tempo of the game.
It was his last year. You let him do what he wants.
I just don't. It led to shady decisions down the stretch of games last year, and personally, I didn't like it. That's all.
Coaching aside, I will agree with y'all. Like, the quarterback battle, like, you were the biggest Baker Mayfield fan, like, hyped up, Yank, and now you're not.
I was, but I got to taste the music.
And I love Kyle Trask. Like, I kind of agree with Steven. Like, if they start out 0-3, like, give Kyle Trask a shot, right? Let him go in. He's been behind the GOAT for 2 to 3 years. It might be his 3rd year this year. But, like, he's been behind the GOAT for 2 years. Like, he knows his stuff. Like, if he paid slightly attention in the film room, he's going to be great because Tom Brady was there for 2 years.
I don't know. Sometimes Brady be walking around like a fabled creature. Like, I don't know if he's a real person. Like, outside of the football field, I don't know if Trask has really talked to this guy. All right.
Right. Yeah. He's not going to go hang out with him.
Fair. Tom had a lot of personal stuff going on. So who knows?
So Yank, real quick, where do you have the Bucks since we kind of just got done with the Bucks?
I agreed with Steven. I did have them at 4th this year.
4th?
I actually have them. I went as far as predicting the records of the NFC South.
Hey, what's the record?
I predict a 6-11 record for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
So they're potentially 3 wins away from winning it. So it is.
I said it was going to be a tight division regardless. I believe it's going to be separated by 2 games across the board, pretty much. But 6-11.
Steven, do you think it's going to be that tight of a race?
Yeah, no, I was going with 6 games. Yeah. 6 games.
Oh, my soul. Well, Scuba, who's in 3rd since it's a blasphemous take having the 4th? Like, come on.
3rd for me, I got the Atlanta Falcons.
Ooh.
Great team. Like, they have solid running backs. They had a solid run game last year. Their defense was there as well. But it's the quarterback situation. It's going to be, hey, can Desmond rise to the occasion or not? Like, he was there some games. He wasn't there some games last year. So you got a little, like, look at him, but this is going to be his first true test. Like, hey, man, can you roll with this squad? Like, they just drafted 1st-round running back out of Texas. Dude is a beast. So, hey, man, hand off the ball, run the ball, get the scores. I don't think the Atlanta Falcons are going to be a 35, 40-point team. It's going to be 28, 21, and they're going to win these games close. So I have them 3rd. Bold prediction, I have them winning like 7, 8 games, somewhere around there. Nothing too crazy, though.
Now, I'm going to chime back in. Yeah.
I'm letting you go.
I was hot. No. Bijan Robinson, yeah, he is the buzz. He's going to be the guy selling jerseys, right? He's going to be the next big thing. And I have them at third, so they're the bottom tier of the NFC South. I have them fourth. Sorry. I have them fourth. You have them third. I have them losing completely the NFC South. And it's because this guy might get 1,000 yards, but you cannot bank on that running back. I totally agree with you. Like, the running back is a quarterback battle as well. But Desmond Ridder, when he was put on the big screen, right, in college football playoff, what happened to Cincinnati? Got rolled over. I get it. It's the better teams in college football. But if you're that dude, you can take a bottom tier team and make them great. Johnny Manziel documentary came out. He took Texas A&M to the highest of points. Right?
I know, but like even you can take recency bias though. Even like TCU just got beat 60 to like 7 in the national.
We're not talking about TCU. We're talking about
we're not talking about
right? But the big thing there, Scuba, is they do have backup Taylor Heineke. Like, that's scary. Like, Taylor Heineke time is gonna come in and like win them a ball game.
Oh, okay. I see where you're going.
See what I mean? So like,
that's fair.
He's gonna help out Desmond Ridder. Like, the thing about the Atlanta Falcons for me is they're 1 year away. They are so young. Bijan Robinson, right, is the running back. They also have Trey Algier, who was, I think I said his name wrong, 1,000-yard rusher.
Yeah, that
only had 3 touchdowns. Too. They do not score the football by running. They'll get a lot of yards, but they do not score the football by running. So 2 years, that running back room is going to be scary, a dual-headed monster, right? Wide receiver, I think they do have a lot of wide receiver troubles. Drake London, still young. I think it was rookie year last year, 800 yards, 4 touchdowns. But he's your wide receiver 1.
Like, 800 yards as a rookie, bro? Yeah, that's real.
Wide receiver 1. Like, I want a dude going over 1K. I'm not saying that's not great, but like, if you want a good wide receiver, if you want a good wide receiver core, look at Buccaneers, right? Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. Like, that's good.
They're old. Well, Mike Evans is old.
I see Drake London. I'm not going to be too upset. All right. And still, Mac Hollins is their wide receiver 2. Sorry, who's that? He had 4 touchdowns, but like, that's not a guy that's
the most swole man in camp right now. That's who Mac Hollins is, right?
And then they do have their wide receiver 3, Scotty Miller. And I love Scotty Miller. He was the slot at Tampa, but like, he has done absolutely nothing when it comes to stats on the field. So like I said, is this team is on the come. They are you planted the seed of all this young core, and they're about to sprout and be a really good football team in a year or two, right? The O-line, I mean, they have some good highlights just because like Trey Algier had 1,000 yards rushing, but I don't think they're, wowing when you read the papers. And that defense, I mean, there's really nothing great about this defense besides Caden Ellis, who had 40-plus tackles, 7 sacks. I do like Bud Dupree, but he was injured last year. And then I do like that they went and picked up Jesse Bates from Cincinnati, 4 interceptions, 8 pass breakups, and 38 tackles. Like, but that's only 3 dudes I said, and one of them was injured. So that defense, I feel like they're going to get scored on. And Scuba, they're going to have to score 28 points to win a football game.
I don't know.
Yeah, like
that's what I'm saying. Rely on the run. Rely on the run. There was
high management. So
yeah.
That's my rant about Falcons. So it's all rant podcast today.
I think the Falcons will be a sneaky team this upcoming season. I think they'll actually be pretty decent. They made a ton of moves in free agency. Like you said, the big one with Jesse Bates, but like, let's not forget, they also got Eddie Goldman. They got Calais Campbell. Mac Hollins as a backup supplement receiver is going to be a lot better than y'all think. I believe that. And then they snagged 2 big pieces from your Saints defense, Scuba. I mean, David Onyemata, Hayden Millis. Those are 2 pretty good pieces from the Saints defense. I mean,
we
all know about Bijan Robinson. I mean, that's a former Texas Longhorn superstar. We get it. I think he's slated to be the next elite quarterback. But like you said, Mickey, they already had Tyler Algier. That dude was over 1,000 yards last year. Now they're going to add Bijan to that. I mean, they can run the ball. They might not score all the touchdowns every time, but they're going to move the ball. They'll get down the field, and I think they punch it in more this season than they did last, especially with the addition of some of these guys. Scuba again, nailing it with the big question. It's got to be Desmond Ridder here. But even if he falters, I'm with Nick. I love Heineke time. I'm cool with that. Coming in with these kind of pieces around him, I like that. I don't think they'll wait to supplement him in the lineup if Ridder really, really struggles. But it's while he's not proven, I look at him differently than I look at a Kyle Trask. Because he has some games under his belt. He does have rapport with the top receivers. I mean, nobody even mentioned Kyle Pitts is still on this roster.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still good pieces out here, guys. So like Drake London, I think is going to take that next step to really be a true number one. I think they had great rapport at the end of the year. There's flashes, like you said, Scuba. I mean, it's going to be hit or miss, but I really do think it's going to be better than people think, and I have them at second in the division this year.
Really? Wow.
I really do.
Shooken, because the big thing, though, what I love that we're like clearing up is it's all a quarterback. This entire league, besides maybe the Saints, which we'll talk about later, like they have quarterback troubles. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't say troubles, but it's a question mark. It's like, well, if they do well, like we know what their ceiling is, but like they have not played at it. So I mean,
high ceiling, very, very low floor.
But that's the thing is like, look how crazy the quarterback position really is. And I hate saying that, y'all were linebackers, right? I'm a running back. Like we don't really like the quarterback is, overpaid, but in reality,
I think we all chipped at each other in this chat a little bit.
Exactly about like quarterbacks, but like at the end of the day, like they do win the football games. Like end of the day, like if they could throw the rock, it is a whole nother weapon. You don't see no more wishbone triple option teams anymore. No, that's not a thing. And at the end of the day, the Falcons, that's something they're gonna have to do. Kyle Pitts, yeah, he's young too. So like my big thing is like 2 years, like I'd watch out. Like Falcons would be scary this year. Not a chance. I think
we just need to add more.
I get you on the 1 or 2 years away thing. I think they're a sneaky pick to maybe cause some damage in this specific division. But yeah, like give them another year or two down the road. These guys could be like actual playoff contenders that are pushing against the best of the best. We'll see how they develop. But I'm with y'all on the quarterback away thing. It's just, I mean, y'all got to be. I'm telling y'all, they're gonna be a little better. They're gonna be a little better.
Oh, Scuba, you have them at third, correct?
Yes, I got Atlanta at third.
Third and second. So, I mean, I think I know who your second team's gonna be, but
yes, it's gonna be the Carolina Panthers. But the Carolina is gonna be a shock. They're going to be, I just think a lot of people are going on the downfall, but Bryce Young is a huge impact. That man is going to come in and make
the Bryce Young believer.
Yes, man. That man's going to make an impact on day one. Like they have a very similar style to Alabama in that, in my opinion, with that. They can rely on the run game with that. Every team in this division can run the ball. It's really weird in that sense. Every team can. And it's, in my opinion, it's going to be whoever can make the best plays happen off the run game are going to win this division. Carolina's going to be right there. Bryce Young is a beast at play action, man. That man can throw a dot off of play action. So I'm excited for it. I think they're going to be a sneaky team to just come up and win the game. Their defense is solid. They have pieces around. Yeah, they got rid of their big guy. They trade McCaffrey and they have two people come back and they're both running for 300-yard games. Like they have players and they've plugged them in before. Put Bryce Young in there, it's kind of scary. I ain't gonna lie. That's my couple games that the Saints are playing where I'm like, all right, let's see what happens. So
Scuba.
Hey, these guys are coming in with the takes.
Exactly.
These guys.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, Scuba, you might like that was actually some very intelligent talking right there.
Yeah,
it's a running back division. You're so right. The more I just think about it, look at it, and all my notes say is like, yeah, they have a really good run game. But like, it's crazy. Like, can you imagine like one of those teams in a different division? Like, that's gonna be hard. But these teams are gonna be game plan for it. Those defense are gonna be better because they've had to play against really good run teams for 6 times in the year. So, I mean, this is gonna be a huge divisional battle, and it is about who's gonna have the biggest pop play, right? The biggest big play. We talk about on defenses don't allow big plays to happen. So it's who can have that 45 rushing yard touchdown. Like that's gonna be a huge difference maker. But let's recap the Panthers. I have them third. Sorry, I made a mistake on my end. I have Falcons fourth, Panthers third. Bryce Young, train will begin. Yeah, I mean, Scuba's already hopped onto that hype train. I think he'll struggle and make too many rookie mistakes early on, but like that's every rookie. He's gonna go in, make some rookie mistakes. Something's not gonna go his way, right? They're gonna be on the come up too. All right, this will be a huge building year. I think he should start. I think he should get that experience. All right. He's not gonna be perfect, and like overall expert, like analyst, like of myself says he's not gonna go crazy, right? He's gonna have some big play, like that's why he's the number 1 pick, right? But at the end of the day, he's gonna have those struggles. We talked about that huge running game. Miles Sanders, like he had 1,200 yards and 11 touchdowns with Philly last year, and this is the line that blocked for CMC. Like CMC was good because they had a good offensive line, right? You have to give the O-line is flowers because that running back room will be solid. Because Chuba Hubbard, 402 2 touchdowns. Like, that's going to be a great backup. Like, that's not going to be nothing to look at. And the wide receiver room, it ain't bad. Adam Thielen is the vet presence. You know, he's going to bring 700 plus yards and 6 touchdowns. Like, I'll take that. 6 tutties is nice. DJ Chark, like 500, 2 touchdowns. Like, okay, these are guys who are the number 2, number 3. It's not bad. Scuba, you know, it's not bad at all. The big thing, and then they also got Jonathan Mingo from Southern Ole Miss. That'll be fun to watch. I think he'll be a great number 3, and later on in the year, he'll really start to move up in that roster and getting those receptions. So I think like these new pieces will be nice for Bryce Young. It's a matter of team chemistry. All right, let's stay a whole nother year. We got this. Hayden Hurst, their tight end, nothing too crazy there.
I like him. That's sneaky.
Hayden Hurst, really? Well, yeah.
Sneaky.
Sorry, let me finish up my defensive talk here.
You're good.
No, Braden Burns, the edge rusher, 12.5 sacks. Like, that's crazy. 12.5 sacks, a pass rushing machine, a man. Frank Louvu, 70 plus tackles, 7 sacks. Like, dang, hold up, this defense nice. There's a reason why they were good last year. Houston, outside linebacker, who's one of my favorite linebackers, 9.5 sacks. And then they have JC Horn, right? He's a young guy, 7 pass deflections, 3 touchdowns, or 3 interceptions. That's a whole lot of stats on a defensive side compared to the other ones. Von Bell is a dog, 2 forced fumbles, 50 plus tackles, 4 interceptions, 8 pass breakups. Oh my soul. Like, offenses are gonna have a hard time stopping this defense. And I'm kind of talking myself to putting them in number 2. But I think the offensive weapons for the Falcons and the Buccaneers are better. So I think the Panthers are gonna steal a game from every team, right? But at the end of the day, I see them going 7-10. That's kind of the realm I'm seeing them go.
Hey, I got my prediction.
Sneaky, but I think not enough sneaky.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's just killing it tonight. Like, can I give everybody a round of applause? Like, for real? Like, absolutely. The snaps, whatever we want to do, I don't care. But let's be real. Like, they took Alabama quarterback Bryce Young, the Bryce Young, and I'm with you, Scuba. I think this guy is legit. I do not care about his size, his stature. No, the way he carries himself, the confidence he has in his game, and the things that I've seen him do at a college level give me confidence that he'll be able to step into a pro level system. I mean, he'll be able to do just fine. I love the additions with the vet presences, you know. Miles Sanders been around, been on some winning teams, just went to the Super Bowl last year, gets to kind of carry that back over, is going to be the lead back. He's a great pass catcher out the field. You know, Bryce Young coming from Alabama is going to be a check down guy. You look at, when you talk about like their defense, right? The defense, I think, is the biggest thing about this team. Like JC Horn, like let's not forget about him at corner. That dude is a real cornerback. He's very, very impressive and very young while we're at it. Brian Burns, we all know about him. Derek Brown. I mean, this could be sneaky good defense, but let's not forget on top of it that they were already good last year, and then they go and add Ajiro Rivera as the defensive coordinator. Like, This guy is the defensive coordinator from the Broncos last year, the best defense in the NFL by statistics last year. I mean, if the Broncos by statistics, if they had scored 18, if the offense had scored 18 points a game,
yeah, the Broncos are scoring 9.
They would have been like 11-5 or something by their record or something like that. It would have been crazy. But I'm just saying, yeah, their offense let them down. But to take that mind, put it with these guys, I think like their defense is going to turn now. It's going to be great. My worry is, while I believe in Bryce Young, I don't know how much he really has to throw to. Like Miles Sanders, yeah, it's a check down threat. Check down ain't going to win you a game. Adam Thielen, he's a veteran presence, but let's stop acting like he's blown up the doors off a season over the last 3 or 4 years. Like, it just hasn't been there.
I think that's
on top of that. You give away DJ Moore. That's how you end up getting Bryce Young. You send him to the Bears, which we'll talk about that another day. But they get rid of DJ Moore. They draft Jonathan Mingo. I love that, but you can't tell me that's going to be a 1-for-1 replacement right off the bat. And just out of that, it worries me. I know they're a ground and pound team. Dante Foreman, Chuba Hubbard, McCaffrey leaves last year. Their running game somehow gets better. I don't understand. But I love a lot of things about this team, but how you guys were saying with the Falcons, to me, this is that team that's 1-2 years away.
Okay.
See, and like the more I talk about it, like Steven, I kind of respect you having them at 2. Like, granted, I'm trying to like boost up your team, and I'll get to that in a second. I think the Buccaneers have one more year on them to go win it, and I'm going to stand by that. But like,
I love that. That's
the
take of a century.
We talked about like that running game got better without CMC. Like, right? They have the left tackle, Ecom, 24 years old. Christensen, left guard, 26. Bozeman at center, 28. Mott, right tackle, 28. So they got some of that veteran presence there. They're also still young. Like, every offensive lineman under 30, like, that's nice, right? A little bit more explosive, a little bit more, muscle in your offensive line.
Yeah.
So where do you have them at, Yank? So I have them at 3.
I have him I do still have him at 3rd because so I went Bucks, Panthers, Falcons. And
Gotcha. Well, that does give us one other team to talk about, which, I mean, if everyone's been keeping track, I have them at 2nd. Scuba has them at 1st, and I think Yank has them at 1st if I've been paying attention. But let's get
Who dat? It's the New Orleans Saints, and you know it's gonna be number 1. All right, bold prediction: 9.5 games or 9.5 wins. Above that, I think they're going 10-7 this year.
Okay,
it's all gonna be the teams coming back. You got Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas is finally healthy. Yeah. We'll get there.
Sorry.
Fine. Michael Thomas. That is a big comeback right there. 2 years this man's been out, man. It's gonna be such clutch timing. Finally, he's back. We got a new freaking quarterback. Don't get me wrong, not the biggest fan of Derek Carr, never have been, but I think there's going to be enough weapons around him to where he's going to shine. He shines his moments at the Raiders. They don't want him. We open him up, open arms, bring him in. He's going to love us, man. He's got a chip on his shoulder. He's going to prove himself, all right? And then you got Chris Olave. Man made a name for himself. You pair that with Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara, you got an unbeatable offense. And then don't let me forget my man, Jimmy Graham, finally back on the squad. He freaking was about to retire. The New Orleans Saints said, no, come here, baby. We'll take you back. So he's back on the offense, man. That when he got traded, he did nothing really in comparison to the stats he did with the Saints. So I'm excited for him to be back on the squad. The only thing that concerns me about the Saints is going to be our rushing defense, all right? The D-line, one of the worst in the league last year for getting pressure on the D-line. We just traded away some of our D-linemen. The Saints are taking a gamble. That's what I was saying earlier. We're taking a gamble. We're getting rid of some old guys. Let's bring in some new people. Let's see what can happen and see if we can make some plays happen on defense. Got Marshawn Lattimore. Real. Like, he's top corner in the league and has been since he's came into the league. And then you got Demario Davis. That man is the heart and soul of that defense with Cam Jordan, his crazy personality. You got a great team all the way around. I think last year was just too bumpy, no consistency. Something that concerns me is Dennis Allen, but hey, let's see if he can make it better in year 2. I think you got a lot more weapons, a lot more ability to score points, and let's see what happens with the D-line.
Oh boy, the Saints, Scuba. You said a lot of compelling stuff. A lot of stuff I am going to agree with. That's why I do have them at number 2. That's why I have them above the Panthers and the Falcons. They're a little bit more of a solidified team. I see them going 8-9, 9-8. If they steal one from the Bucks or steal both from the Falcons, you know what I'm saying? So I think they could be a sneaky number 7 seed wild card. It's sneaky. Let's talk about it.
Let me just add in one of the weakest schedules in the NFL this year. So
they do. Oh, see, okay. See, that's what's going to help, the sneakiness. If they have one of the easiest schedules, the Saints been balling, but look who they played. Hey, you still going to make the playoffs. That's a possibility. Yeah. Derek Carr led. Scuba, you also said the right thing, revenge tour. Yes. This man wants to show the Raiders that they dropped. I thought Derek Carr was still good. I mean, he wasn't great. I think 2018, before he got hurt, he was an MVP caliber player. That was 5 years ago. That's a long time. So we're gonna see if he can bring any of that left. But I think he is motivated. He's mentally driven. 3,500 yards, 24 touchdowns, and 14 interceptions. That's not bad. And you have Jameis Winston as your backup. I love Jameis Winston.
Personality himself.
Great. He's great.
That dude needs his own documentary.
Yes.
Yes. He's a morale guy for sure. And let's talk about that running back room. Alvin Kamara, yes, he's suspended. But y'all just went and picked up the leading rusher in touchdowns last year, Jamal Williams, with 1,000-yard rusher. Yep. Come on now. That is a dual threat running game. We talked about the Falcons having a good running game. Yeah, the Saints is way better. Because I love Jamal Williams. I hated him because he's with he's with Detroit. But
how can you hate that man? That man is amazing.
You look at him, he's all big and smiles. That's a right fit. He's gonna be so useful from the get-go. And that offensive line, like, they're sneaky good. Like Trevor Penning from UNI, he's a unit. He's a big dog. Andres Piet, the left guard. I know he's questionable, but he was a first rounder in 2015. Like, he's a solidified good offensive lineman. All under 25 except for the left tackle. So the O-line is going to help out Jamal so much. I'm kind of excited to just watch this O-line in that running game for the Saints.
Yep.
I'll be honest. Like, the Saints are not going to be a slouch. They're always going to be a team that you're going to have to prepare for. We say that a lot about NFL teams. Last thing I am going to talk about, well, last two things is that receiver room. Chris Olave, I'm not sold on yet. I think he is the big star. I know. He's 1,000-yard receiver, and I'm saying that.
Oh my God.
But
All
you're
right,
going to
we
say
have
the
two-
800 yards and the 4 touchdowns from
we're
the
fine.
Atlanta
We're
number
fine.
1 wide receiver is good.
No, I did not. I said Drake. I'm not sold on Drake London. Olave, 1,000-yard receiver, like best jersey seller. Like, can he repeat it? And then I got you. Like, if he goes 800 this year, Olave is the real deal. I just got to see it again. Michael Thomas, yeah, he broke the record for most receptions. Man's got to stay healthy. He hurts his toe every other year. I'm not sold on Michael Thomas. He'll be on it.
That's not so.
He has not played a full season in like 3 years since he broke that record. And then after that, they kind of fall off. Juwan Johnson, I mean, he had actually last year he had 700 yards and 7 touchdowns. Like, that's a low key decent. So I mean, that receiver room is not bad. I'm not saying Chris Olave is not bad. I just said he's not proven. I still need to see more before I call him an elite receiver, which a lot of people do. I mean, the stats don't lie. I'm going against kind of my word there. But like, it's still going to help out Derek Carr. Like, it's way better than the Falcons receiver room, head over heels. Like, I think it's better than the Panthers wide receiver room. So once again, these are all better statistics and players on paper than these other teams. Lastly, that defense, Cameron Jordan, 8.5 sacks. Yeah, 2 forced fumbles and 40 tackles. I don't like him because he's calling out T-Words. The guy for the Buccaneers, don't even know his name. I'm like, yes, you do. He's been blocking you up for the past 3 to 4 years. Knock it off. Anyway, the other big one's Demario Davis. I absolutely love him at middle linebacker. You brought that up, the heart and soul. He's a dog. He's a dude that you love watching on Sundays. And then next, what was I going to say? Oh, the secondary is low-key good. Like, yeah, they're a little bit older with Marcus Lattimore Badger, but that's great leadership and great experience to help out that defense. They're ball hawks. The Honey Badger last year at 31 years of age had 8 pass deflections, 3 interceptions, 60 tackles. Like, that's great for a 30-year-old safety in the league on Sundays. And then next, what was I going to say? Oh, the secondary is low-key good. Like, yeah, they're a little bit older with Marcus Lattimore and Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, but that's great leadership and great experience to help out that defense. They're ball hawks. The Honey Badger last year at 31 years of age had 8 pass deflections, 3 interceptions, 60 tackles. Like, that's great for a 30-year-old safety in the league. I'm going to take that. That defense is going to be good. I don't think they're going to win like all the games, but I see them winning a game or two based on just the dudes who are going to fill up that roster spots.
I mean, I've been loving the predictions of like the closeness of the division, and your guys' even your record takes have been almost spot on. I mean, I'm loving. I'm feeling the vibes. But did Mickey Hines just say that Chris Olave is not a
Yes, he did.
wide receiver?
Yes, he did.
1,050 yards as a rookie? Like, he broke the 1,000 barrier with Andy Dalton playing quarterback.
Andy Dalton's a nice guy.
Nice guy. That's what you lead with.
All right. This guy, I love you, but I want everyone to know you have had like at the end of the year when we do our awards for like worst takes of the year, you've got 2 in one episode. Two. All right. Woo! Here we are. The Saints, right? Let's start with the positives. One of the most underrated rushing attacks in football. Alvin Kamara, he can be gone for 4 weeks if he needs to be. Jamal Williams led the league in touchdowns. They just drafted Kendra Miller. Kendra Miller is a top 3 running back prospect in this draft class, if you ask me. The reason they drafted him isn't just, we're worried about Kamara being suspended, whatever. No, it's because Kamara's going to get replaced here in the next 3 years. I'm telling you, they're not going to extend his contract much further. He will be gone or traded. They will use him to try and improve the offense around the rest of everybody. I don't see him being there. This is where my thought process is at. But still, all 3 of them are there this season. They're going to be fantastic. The wide receiver group, Chris Olave, you know how I feel about him now. Michael Thomas, I don't know because I understand the injury concern. It's been 3 years since we've seen him, but I saw him for 2 games last season, and the man had 2 touchdowns and 220 yards. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that in 2 games, two touchdowns, 220 yards. So I think that the talent is still there. If he is truly healthy, that is a huge step for this offense. Derek Carr actually comes and it gets an improvement with the overall offense around him, if you ask me, from the Raiders to there. I know he had Devontae Adams, that's a top tier talent, but around other than that, I mean, Josh Jacobs had himself a year, but there was nobody else that he was really throwing to that was making all crazy plays or anything impressive last year. So I think it's an overall improvement. And then just in general, this is the Saints, man. Like this has been culture driven for quite a while, if you ask me. I mean, the Drew Brees days, the consecutive playoff runs, the deep playoff runs that could have went even deeper if we don't want to get into all the penalties and whatever else that should have been called, whatever else, But it's a defensive culture here. Like Demario Davis, Pete Werner, Marshawn Lattimore, like I could easily see this team over like stepping our predictions and being a 12-win team based on who they have. I really love what they have always proven. They've always put pressure on the quarterback. They've been a big pain in the ass for all the other teams in the division. I mean, even when the Bucks have Brady, they could never beat him in the regular season. Like it's part of it. The Saints kind of have been the leader of this division. And a lot of times I love to say it. If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And I'm gonna go with that. I think this is the best team on paper this season in this division.
I mean, they're right up there. They're going to be a game or two right behind the Bucks. It's going to be who can win that big game, who can win that primetime game, in my opinion. And yeah, the Saints do have they got a lot. And Yank, you do bring up a great point. Alvin Kamara's days are numbered because of his off the field issues. And add a dying position running backs, and I hate saying that, like you cannot do anything off the field, or else that is your scapegoat. That's oh yeah, you got suspended for a game. Sorry, we're not going to have you. We got this rookie, Kendrick Miller from TCU, is going to come in the ball. Like, I love that pickup. So that's a 3-headed monster. Like, kind of helps up the tape for sure. But Scuba, anything else about the Saints? Like, who dat nation?
Hey man, who dat nation? I don't know. I'm just telling you, the last time quarterback got abandoned by a franchise, came in New Orleans. Guess what happened? We won a Super Bowl. Drew Brees, Chargers. They said, we don't want you. They got rid of him. Saints took him in. The same situation with Derek Carr. So we'll see what happens, man. I'm excited to see.
I like the revenge tour. I agree. I will say if there is any concern for the Saints, it is their O-line, I would say.
No, they're young. I was just hyping them up.
I would say by depth, because if
we don't gotta, and I have to agree, yeah.
Especially at the guard position, like to me, like Andres Pete, or Pete
injury. He's injured.
Yeah, however you pronounce his last name, but still, I like if he's been having issues with injuries, he's been underwhelming kind of already. Like if he goes down and y'all have to rely on depth that y'all don't have. We saw Derek Carr struggle in the Raiders when he was on the run and had no protection. Yep. Like, that would be my only worry. But they don't have that issue. They're gonna win this division.
Wow, I mean, I'm still going with the Bucks, and we make some compelling arguments. Like, if the Saints end up if my swapping take a Bucks and Saints swap, like, I'm not going to be too surprised because of how close it's going to be. It's going to come down to some random win in October, right? That's going to help them win, right? The Panthers could be 6-10 or like 6-10 and still have a chance to win the division. There could be a 7-10 winner, right? This division is totally up in the air for a team to go claim the title.
It's there. Bucks are going 6-11. Panthers going 7-10. We got the Falcons going 9-6, and our winners of the division are going to be the Saints at 10-7. Let's get it.
I like it. Yeah, obviously at the end of the day, it's going to be whose team O-line stays healthy at the end of the day. So
that actually might be the best take of the night.
With a good take.
People start dropping. We'll see. So.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude our NFC South. We got some hot takes. We got some varying predictions.
We got some
going to be
varying
episode. We're going to be definitely coming back to it. Scuba Steve, we really do appreciate you. He's been a fantasy football guru. I know he's going to be.
Oh, dude, not again. No, the champ is here, baby. The champ is
Steve,
here.
is this your
What is it,
official?
4, 5?
Is this your official in for the Beat the Podcast NFL Pick'ems? Are you officially back in?
Yes,
Oh,
I'm.
yeah.
All right, here we go. See, we
Yeah.
already have someone.
So-
We already have someone. Us three. Haley's, of course, in. I don't think she has a choice, but she loves doing it.
I love it. I'm always in. Let's do it.
All righty. Well, Scuba Steve, thank you again. We're going to start concluding this episode. We got one more segment right after this. So thanks again.
No
Go
worries.
Bucks, baby. Fire the
You
king.
got
God, appreciate you, dog.
Who dat?
Peace, brother.
All right.
Yank. Once again, the people coming on the podcast, give it a run.
They're prepared. They're ready. Anyone that's watching, you know what you're stepping up against when you come on here. Okay,
Like,
I'm
the
serious.
stakes are high. We're balling out here. A lot of good stats, and it's going to be a tough division. I can totally agree with that.
No, it is going to be a crazy division, but every time we talk about these divisions, first off, can we give ourselves a little like snap or something? Because we actually are starting our series early enough. We're going to get through every division this year before the season starts.
Consistency is key.
We are out here. Consistency is key. Very excited, man, but we're only like 3.5 weeks away. Actually, it might be 3 weeks from today. I think it is. Is it not?
That's exciting.
Might be 4, but either way.
I think, yeah, a month away or something like that. Because preseason 3 weeks.
Yep.
Hey, sorry. Allergy bugs hitting me, but we're going to move on to our second and final segment. We got another top 10 for y'all. I felt like we need that top 10 episode. We're going to be debating. And this is a kind of a not too much debated one, but I am stoked.
Oh, that might be.
Ladies and gentlemen, the top 10 best sounds in sports. What is just great about listening to sports, right? If you're a blind man, right, and you're just listening, like there's some things that are truly great. In my top 10, I'm not going to necessarily be arguing for. I'm excited to debate this with you, the like positioning of it all, but like these.
Yeah, like I mean, positioning is one thing. I just want to kind of get a list of things that we appreciate in a way.
Exactly, and then we'll argue the top 10. So, Mr. Yankovic, let's get down to it. What is one of the best sounds in sports?
Do I want to start with this one? I don't even know because you might give me a face, but I'm going to say it. 7 hours of commercial-free football. Let's get it, baby. Scott Hansen, talk to me. I get so excited. I know that's not where you expected me to go with this probably, but that's just the first thing that I could think
Scott
of.
Hansen, NFL Rising.
Oh, I'm hyped. And I just threw that out there because I thought that would be great. And we're
I'm gonna
getting
put that on like
baby.
a 8 and a 9.
Fantasy football season. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I've never personally had it, but like the joy of hearing it and like commercial-free football, like that is awesome. That makes every dude happy in America. It really does. So you gotta have
And
it.
to be honest, I mean, this is a little bit biased now over the past few years, like as we've all gotten into fantasy and stuff too. Like it's definitely like, I'm trying to see my guys, see what's going on. And
Our
like
podcast though, and I totally agree. There's nothing better after you make pancakes and waffles for your wife, and you go downstairs and you hear NFL football, or you hear, "Alrighty, 14 hours of commercial-free football." Like, oh my gosh, let's go! Like that's exciting. That's exciting. So we'll definitely put it on the list for now.
love
You know what? I'm going to stay in that realm. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I love where you went because I got 2 of them on my list.
Okay. I got one more, and I
realm.
hope we're going in the same direction.
The basketball realm, Mike Breen.
Yes, Becky Hines, yes. Let's go.
Nothing else. I mean, I say it when I'm playing. I'll yell it at the TV screen. I am a huge promoter of commentators and play-by-play people. Even the wife knows I am over here saying it, trying to comment it. I'm like, I just said that. Like, I get it. But
I'm gonna tell you this right now. No, I'm gonna tell you this right now. It's top 3. It is top 3 because the Mike Breen is just absolutely perfect. It's perfect.
It really is. I'll leave it there at the top 3. I had it down there low.
Final seconds. Bryant for the win. Bang!
Initial, but like that is just so electric, right? James misses, Boss rebounds out to Allen. Like, and I hate the Heat, but like that was
Catches, puts up a 3. Won't go. Rebound Bosch. Back out to Allen. His 3-pointer. Bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining.
one of the best calls. Just a double pair. Like,
Dude,
oh,
oh my goodness.
yeah, it's
All
great.
I can get behind the Mike Breen bang, absolutely. All right,
I'll
now
make
we
sure I
can.
have that
Now
edited.
I'll settle down a little bit. I'll settle down a little bit.
I'm having it edited in.
Yeah.
Know what we're talking about.
I'll settle down a little bit. My next one, again, a little bit biased recently, but like that, like crushing a drive, like the sound of that, man. Like, come on,
Perfect golf shot. The
perfect.
perfect golf drive. I'll add the drive part. Gotcha. No, I had it up on my list. We'll put it in the middle of those two for right now. I had it on my list. You know, the older we get, the more it's just better sounds. You know, the crickets are in the morning. You know, it's a little dewy, and you just hear ding. Oh, it's a good sound. All right.
Oh God.
Or
So
you know it's a good drive. You're like, all right, good drive. No, I totally get that. I'll kind of stay with you with that realm, but like the perfect basketball swish. You know, when you shoot it,
Yep.
like, oh,
And can I make like a special like throw shout out for that? Like,
Yeah.
I know everyone knocks it, but when it's brand new, that metal net swish is awesome.
Chains.
The chains. Yeah, give me some change, baby. Come on.
Okay, so the swish with other net will make
No,
sure.
but like the swish in general is the sound. But yeah, I just love to always when people bring that up, I'm like, but you heard the swish with the metal net though?
Yep.
Have you heard the swish with the metal net though?
No, I definitely have to have it up there. It's one of the best sounds. You just hear, you know, some random person dribbling in the gym and you hear swish. God, that guy's getting buckets. All right. Or she's getting hers. So your next one. We're gonna put that at number 3 right now. Like I said, we're gonna debate and we're gonna get them on and then we'll debate.
I'm another like personal favorite. Don't know why, but I love a good doink from a football on a field goal post. I love a good doink, and I'm not trying to make a knock at the double doink. I just think the sound of that is awesome.
Actually, I don't want to cry. Hold up.
I'm
Woo!
serious, bro. I actually think. Do you get PTSD when you?
Yes, I must get fetal position on the ground. I hate that tape, but
he hits the upright again. That's impossible.
Like, I mean, we
like,
football players at the end of the day, bro.
Especially if like you're in the defense and you hear it, like, yeah, it's immaculate. We're gonna put that at like 10 for right now. Just
no, that's fine.
I have my bias.
Love it.
The doink. That actually hurt my soul.
And on a double doink. One. Unbelievable.
That was in 2018 too. Okay, people, I get it. All right, and I'm still hurting from it. Last time we went to the playoffs, I'm pretty sure. No, I think we went here after the match.
Never know. Never know.
Okay, so the doink. I'm gonna go with. And I don't like baseball, so I'm probably put it one above, actually below the doink, if I'm being honest. Like a perfect home run hit ball, you know.
No, I mean the
like
crack of like, especially like a wood bat, or like even in college when they got the ding with the aluminums, like it's
crack of the bat.
Crushed ball it's the same thing kind of in golf. Like you just like, oh God, that was great.
Exactly, and you like montage goes dunk dunk or ding ding ding.
Yeah,
like that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna add that. I think I got to. I think it's got to make the list.
Plus all the sayings and like there's the funny stuff that's come out like afterwards, like hepatitis, see you later. Like come on, like stuff like that. Like I love it, dude.
All right, so I got like 2. I'm gonna 3. I'm gonna argue, and we only got 3 spots. So I'm gonna see where you go.
Okay. On my list here, I actually, and I don't know, I don't go all that often, but. Big fan of the bowling strike at a bowling alley.
Overrated.
Overrated?
The sound like I picture like Wii bowling with that. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but like I get it. Let's put it at the bottom and we'll see.
Okay. All right. That could be an honorable mention. I'm not like too biased about any of these down the stretch here. But just my thoughts.
Yeah. My next one. This might be one of my number ones. It could almost be in every sport, but the crowd uproar when a kickoff return starts going back, and you hear the all right when your favorite team runs out of the tunnel in college football. Like that uproar is absolutely immaculate. In track and field, when you see someone passing and everyone's like cheering, right? Yeah. It's a 4-time state qualifier, state champion, and that person's running across, and you hear the crowd uproar, like. It's up there.
I mean, it is up there, and I have a couple crowd things on there. So I was wondering, like, does that also tie in, like, to me as a defender, like the like on a hard
Oh
hit,
yeah.
like, the,
So
like
crowd
crowd, yeah, no,
reactions
the crowd in general,
might
yeah,
be number one.
it could be. I mean, that's what makes sports atmosphere, right? Like when I get the goosebumps when the college football is almost here commercial comes on, and it's just all the like it's just and it's just every different stadium that they play, and it's just loud, and you can hear from outside. Like, oh, I love it, man.
I think the crowd should be number one.
Okay, I could go with that because that embodies what sports.
Exactly. It's kind of a powerhouse, but like all the chants, you know what I'm saying?
The heckles, yeah.
The heckles, you have I'm just trying to think of some of the ones off the top of my head. Like when Iowa goes I-O-W each side of the stadium, dude. It's
I'm a Dolphins fan, but the JETS is one of the coolest things I've ever heard in a stadium.
Like that is kind of cool. Like
it's the same thing with you. You got to respect the skull and the
skull's raw.
Skull is raw.
Like, and I'm not a big Vikes fan, but like skull, and everyone clapping,
like, dude.
We could go on and on. I think that's why the crowd is number one, because that's what makes sports. That's what makes those atmospheres, more challenging. The oohs, the ahs, the celebrating. So definitely a number one for us for top 10.
Right. All right. Okay, behind it.
All right. What are you going to bring to the table? I got two more. We have our 8
This
and
is
our
where
10.
this is where it gets a little tough. And I kind of just started using stuff from like my own personal experience. I've gone to some NASCAR races. I think that sound like right when they go like past like that. That is cool, man. When you see it in person, it's really cool.
All right, so I'm gonna put that above bowling strike. So yeah, the NASCAR sound, the race.
And then my other one, I guess that I would throw in there, because like I said, I'm dwindling now on the list, was I don't watch like horse racing per se all the time, but when the big ones come around and the horses are that like coming down the stretch is make a beat, baby. I love it.
It's definitely an honorable mention, but galloping the horse makes the top 10.
The horse gallop, baby.
Almost
get me the Kentucky Derby.
Kentucky Derby, the only time probably people watch horse racing.
When you're watching it,
I have a few others.
You're gonna hear it.
I got a few others that we are probably gonna. I'm confident in now with the.
Okay. All right.
Pads popping in football.
Oh,
You're telling me high school football, first day of pads, smacking
that first like smack of the helmet. Oh, bro.
Exactly. We don't promote,
Yeah, not my other one's off. Throw it on. Yeah, that's personal preference. I don't even care. Throw it on.
Yeah, pads popping. I think probably better than Scott Hansen. Perfect golf drive. Which one's better? Pads popping or golf drive?
Wow, I'm biased to both.
I'm gonna go above golf. Basketball swish is a little bit better in my opinion.
I'm gonna go, give it the golf. Yeah.
All right, cool. Another one I do have. This one is a little bit biased, but like the weight room height. You know what I'm saying? When everyone's hooting and hollering, like, yeah, let's go! Lightweight up on the P9, here we go! Like, oh, dude, like that noise, like everyone, the.
So, all right, with just going off of that though, are you like, is this like you trying to manifest that you hope that the team like gets around you like after a practice one day this year, and you're just in there like going for the 500 on the squat finally, and you go to hit that and just look, coach! Like, oh, dude.
No, that will not happen. And that doesn't have to make the list, but I feel like, like
no, I'm with you though. Like,
and that noise is just awesome. Everyone just like, yeah.
Like, I can tell you, like, I have been like physically abused, and I didn't even care in the moment because of how hyped up I was. Like, you go to get that chest press, and your coach just comes over, bam, like smacks you on your chest. And you're just like, but you don't care because you're just so hyped that everyone's looking at you. You're the man.
Like, it was, I'm not trying to promote Wisconsin football because I'm a Hawks fan, but like they had an awesome weight room. What they did was they had like a smoke machine. The lights were flickering on and off. They had like light beams on the racks. They all got like dressed up, wearing masks up, like, dude,
that's legit.
Come on, it was awesome.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm down to get behind it. I love it. So
We'll put it at 10 above bowling strike and galloping of a horse.
okay. Oh,
Behind the NASCAR sound, since it's more of a sport, like that sound.
yeah,
is
no,
pretty
I like it.
awesome. And not too many people in the sports realm is going to be like, yeah, that weight room. Like, that's a biased take. Next, the last one I do have was going back to how we started this, the commentators play-by-play. Gus Johnson. Is this heaven? No, it's Iowa. Gus Johnson, one of the most amazing, soothing voices in sports. I can leave it off, but I want to give.
I mean, it's not just, it wouldn't be just him. I mean, there's plenty of there's commentators that we all know and love and will forever remember and cherish across the sports world. And they do amplify our sports experience. Like they make everything, like we just saw it. I don't know if you've watched the new first episode of Hard Knocks yet with the Jets, but I mean, they're hyping up the voice of Hard Knocks, the narrator, and then they actually like have him come out and meet Aaron Rodgers and stuff, and like he's all super hyped up. And but yeah, just like Aaron Rodgers loves that. We love that. Like the narrators, the commentators, everybody, they create a story within the story, and it's really awesome. I love that.
I mean, I'll listen to it just strictly for them. Like, I want Gus Johnson to narrate my life if I ever have like a documentary like, hi, I'm Gus Johnson, right? Like, crazy vibes.
I wish that
Green, great.
Like obviously I'm glad that we were on the field and stuff, but like, how fun it would have been to commentate our games? Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
That would have been so much fun. No, play-by-play callers commentating. I think they make the list for sure because like every other sport, especially in like NASCAR, like you need the guy or else that's gonna be real boring just to watch. What they do in the stands, I get it, but you're at least around people anyway. Here's our list right now. So let's debate if it should stay. The Crowd, number 1. Yes. Mike Breen Bang, number 2.
Yes.
Basketball Switch, number 3. Okay. Pads Popping, number 4.
Okay.
Perfect Golf Drive, number 5. Scott Hansen, NFL Red Zone, number 6.
Yes.
Doink, 7. Play-by-play people, 8. Crack of a Bat, 9. And NASCAR Sound, 10.
I like it.
I do too.
I think people would be definitely pressed to try and knock out our bottom few, but I like it.
And I think Mike Breen is nowhere near as high on a lot of people.
But you cannot there are some there's sounds in sports. Like you can take this literally and just go like that didn't that's not part of the actual game. No, it is. It is because when I think of that, it unlocks about 13 different memories that I have.
Yep.
And the nostalgia that I feel just right now thinking, like I'm thinking of obviously the major bang after the Miami Heat with Ray Allen shot, but like even not just that, like thinking of that takes me to his other quotes, like the block by James, like everything. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
No, and he has a great voice. So I'm just happy that those made it because I'm a huge play-by-play guy. That's why I like doing the podcast, right? We have our sayings, to be the best, you got to beat the best.
Oh,
absolutely. Flower.
Yeah.
No, absolutely amazing. I'm fine with that list, and we're gonna get beef for it, and I'm ready for it. Like I'm ready for the beef.
That's fine. That's fine.
Like I will stand by my list.
I'll take beef for that list.
Ladies, you know what? I'm editing right now, but another Mike Breen montage. I'll just put that in. I'll put him up.
Just end it with the bang.
Maybe that's the new way we end our episodes.
Yes, bro. Oh my God.
No, absolutely great. This is a great episode. NFC South is all previewed up. Best sounds in sports. Let us know what y'all got for best sounds. What did we miss? I mean, we had horse galloping, so we might have missed a few. Maybe like
we had horse
with a glove, that glove sound, like catching of a ball.
That could hockey slap shot or like a hockey goal. The horn going off is pretty.
Volleyball swing, like when you hit like a perfect hitting kill is pretty awesome. But that's also with the crowd too. They
throw out another random one for you. Ring and a horseshoe. It's a good one. It's a good one.
It's not that great. I'm not putting it at the top 10. Bags, when the bags are flying, you hear douche, douche, douche. That's a great sound. That's a great sound if you're from Iowa. I tell you what. Call your mom on that one. Bags, baby.
Oh man.
Buddy. No, now we're just rambling about
I
rings.
was like, you got anything else for us today, big dog?
A hot take that the Bucks. I guess that's a hot take now that they're gonna go.
What you think?
You know what? I'll go even hotter. We're gonna get the trophy's brother to come on down to Iowa.
You're going back,
going
to,
back to
back?
back.
No,
I'm going
you're
back.
not. No, sir.
Let's go.
All
Wait.
right, I
Okay,
won't
ready? I
allow-
gotta pose for it real quick so I can post it. Now we get it.
Thumbnail, baby, get it.
That probably wouldn't be good. All right, let's close it out. These people are like, we're just rambling now.
If you're talking sports, it's the matchup. Mickey here with Zizzy, we cut it up. Just a couple athletic enthusiasts. You know what it is. The Mickey Zizzy podcast. Have a great night, everybody. Peace.